Did anyone see Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot at the Oscars? Because goddamn, that looked awkward. That looked super awkward. Well, anyway, Gal Gadot has seemingly fired back.
The Snow White drama just won't stop, huh? Did anyone catch Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot at the Oscars? Because wow, that was awkward. Like, painfully awkward. You could feel the tension through the screen. But here's where it gets even juicier. Gal Gadot has seemingly clapped back at Rachel Zegler during a speech with the ADL. Yeah, things just got even more interesting. It's like this entire Snow White production is cursed at this point. I mean, think about it. On one side, you've got Gal Gadot, who served in the IDF. On the other, there's Rachel Zegler, who's openly pro-Palestine. And let's be real, Zegler probably does see Gal as the evil queen in real life too. It's like the drama behind the scenes is way more intense than whatever Disney's trying to put on screen. And let's talk about that Oscars moment again. Zegler was leaning away like she wanted to be anywhere else. That whole interaction looked so forced. Like, come on Disney, at least try to make your stars pretend to get along. But yeah, Gal Gadot's response with that ADL speech, that's definitely adding more fuel to the fire. And honestly, everything that could go wrong with this movie has gone wrong. It's just one PR disaster after another. So yeah, we're gonna dive into this mess, break it all down, and see exactly what's going on. If you're new here, or if you've been watching but haven't hit subscribe yet, what are you waiting for? Also, shout out to my Patreon. Squad, tons of exclusive content over there for just $2 a month. Links down below. All right, let's get into this train wreck of a situation. Disney is officially in panic mode. They're limiting Rachel Zegler's press, they've canceled the UK premiere. And honestly, this is turning into one of the biggest PR disasters Disney has ever faced. From the start, this movie has been one giant mess. Bad trailers, disastrous. Box office projections, and now, the drama has gone way beyond just a failing film. Because now, the two lead actresses, Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, are on completely opposite sides of one of the most divisive global conflicts of our time. And trust me, it shows. Yeah, I'm talking about the Palestine-Israel conflict. This whole situation is a train wreck. I've shared my thoughts on this before, so I'm not going to get into it again. But let's just say, Zegler's public stance hasn't exactly helped matters. Just this week, at an Anti-Defamation League event, Gal Gadot received the ADL International Leadership Award and gave a powerful speech supporting Israel and condemning what she sees as rising hostility towards the Jewish community. And guess what? That speech dropped just months after Rachel Zegler posted Free Palestine while promoting the Snow White trailer. Like, what? Snow White trailer, but Free Palestine? What was she thinking? That move directly tied Disney's big-budget film to her personal stance on a highly controversial global issue. And whether you agree with her or not, you have to admit, that's just not smart from a PR standpoint. Now, Gal Gadot never explicitly called out Zegler in her speech, but let's be real. The timing, the wording, that strong rebuke against people celebrating hostility, that was a shot. No question about it. And if all that wasn't enough, things got extra awkward at the Oscars when Disney paired them up as presenters. Yeah, bad move. Anyone watching could tell. There was some serious tension between them. It wasn't even subtle. They were standing next to each other, but it looked so forced, like they couldn't wait to get off that stage. This whole Snow White production is going down in flames, and honestly, I am here for the chaos. But what do you think? Was this speech a direct response to Zegler? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more updates on this absolute disaster. Also, quick shout out to my Patreon squad. Tons of exclusive content there for just $2 a month. Links down below. All right, let's dive in.
Between them. I mean, watch this. You'll see it like actually leaning away.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen. Their work makes
It's just so forced, isn't it? Oh, you can't hear it. You don't need to hear it. It's not that important.
seem possible. With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its
There you
arms
go.
around our wildest imaginations.
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
Gal Gadot wasn't even trying to hide it. Throughout the entire Oscars presentation, she never once looked at Rachel Zegler, not until the very end. And even then, it was like, fine, I'll glance at you for half a second. Seriously, just watch it back. There. Nope, not looking, not looking. Still not looking. Oh, there it is. One quick glance right at the end, and that's it. Cold. And if that wasn't obvious enough, her body language said it all. Gadot was literally leaning away from Zegler, putting clear distance between them, like she was repelled by her presence. She barely acknowledged her co-star, keeping her attention locked on the audience instead. And honestly, that just makes it so much funnier. But let's get into the real moment here. Gal Gadot's ADL speech. This one is personal. She opened up about her family history and why she's now choosing to speak out publicly, saying, "Look, I never really wanted to talk about politics. I tried really hard to avoid it because no one wants to hear celebrities talking about political issues." And boom, there it is. Absolute slam dunk. Because she's right. Nobody cares what celebrities think about politics. And here's why this line hits extra hard. It's the total opposite of Rachel Zegler's entire public persona. Zegler has been anything but reserved. She openly ties political messages to her work. She's made aggressive statements about Trump voters, and she's been vocal about her stances. Meanwhile, Gadot is out here saying, "Oh, I didn't want to talk about this, but I had no choice." That's shade, my friends. Big time shade. And I love it. But what do you think? Was this a subtle dig at Zegler or just an innocent statement? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more updates on this absolute train wreck of a situation. All right, let's roll the clip. This just keeps getting worse for Disney. Gal Gadot's ADL speech didn't just make headlines, it completely contrasted Rachel Zegler's entire approach. And let's be real, it's hard to believe this wasn't a subtle jab at her co-star's Oscars moment. But here's the kicker. This whole PR mess is only getting worse. And guess what? Snow White is projected to flop with a pathetic $50 million opening weekend. Absolutely terrible. For a Disney movie of this scale, that's just brutal. Honestly, this movie is doomed. Like, beyond saving at this point. It's one of the biggest PR disasters Disney has ever faced. And the funniest part? They could have avoided all this if they just managed their cast better. But nope, here we are. Now, about that ADL speech. Sure, it's 12 minutes long, and we could watch the whole thing. But let's be real, it's a lot. And while only a few parts directly refute Zegler, the message is pretty clear. I mean, when you're saying celebrities should shut up about politics, that's a huge statement, especially when your co-star is out here constantly doing the opposite. But the real drama? You could see it all over the Oscars stage. The body language, the awkwardness, the smug expressions. It's all there. Just look at their faces. You know there's something going on behind the scenes? Anyway, I'll drop the article link below so you can check it out yourself. But yeah, this movie is DOA. What do you guys think? Is this the final nail in the coffin for Snow White? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, smash that subscribe button for more updates on this absolute disaster. All right, I'm out. Goodbye now.